Hello. Hello to everyone out there. Oh, my camera's not on. Hold on. Hey, everyone. Hello, hello. Good evening. It is Friday. Yeah, this is a random stream for me, right? Random stream. I don't know if I'm going to leave this up or not. This may end up getting like put on private or something eventually. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Hope everybody's having a good day. Hello, Heroes, Journey, Daryl, Gamerman, Abby, Amethyst. Hello. Joshua, Overtake, Thomas. It's just me. I wanted to do a quick video. I didn't expect this to be like a big crowd or whatever. I thought I would just jump on and chat with you guys for a bit and explain what's been happening with my health situation because, I haven't been around. So I haven't been able to make videos this week. So I just wanted to give you guys an update on that. And we're going to talk about Green Lantern and Doctor Strange. I do want to chat about that. So I don't know how long the stream is going to be. But there we go. There it is. So also give like channel updates and stuff and whatnot. I'm feeling good now, Amethyst. I'm very tired, and I'll explain why why my energy is so low. Because there is a reason for that. So we'll talk about all that in a moment. So hello, Infotex. So I got on Twitter, and I know he's not here now, but Tom, which by the way, thank you so much. He did this amazing, and I'm going to retweet it now. He did this amazing remix video for the after party theme that I debuted this week. That was kind of just something I did for fun. And he used like clips from the show and has a little bouncing ball with the lyrics in it. It's actually great. It's really, really great. So we're probably I'm going to talk to him and see if he feels comfortable with me showing it here, during the after party next week. But if you want to see it now, it's over on his Twitter, and I just retweeted it. And so there we have it. And yeah, there we go. So Paige is probably in bed. No, he's not in bed. I don't know. What time is it in Australia right now? I have no clue. 6 o'clock. It's probably like 11 in the morning or something. Hold on, let me see. Let's see. What time is it? It is 9 in the morning. Okay, I was a little bit off there. A little bit off. Oh, I just put that on there as a joke. You know me. It's never going to be too bad. Hello. So David Ramsey teased Green Lantern, but a lot of people were suspecting it was about him. But looking at what we have here in the story, I don't think he's going to be connected to it at all. It doesn't look like it's going to be based around his character. So I don't think we're going to see a connection with David Ramsey. I don't think that's going to happen. He could be on the show like as a cameo or something or whatever. Yeah, we could talk about the boys too. We can talk about whatever, you guys. This is just kind of an AMA. I don't know how this is going to go. Yeah. Hello, Maltor. How are you doing? So, yeah. So first, I guess we should update what's going on with me. Let's do that first, because I feel like that's probably kind of important. So 2 weeks ago, I was leaving from work. I work in the club, so I was getting off. It was like 3 a.m, and I was super, super hungry. So I decided to stop and get something at a drive-thru. I should have waited till I got home, but I was very, very hungry. So I was like, I'm going to stop and get something. So I went through. I got myself a sandwich. I got myself some fries, a drink, and I was driving home, and I was eating while I was driving. It's like 2:30 a.m. Nobody's on the road, so it's just me. I'm just like, I can listen to my music. I can drive home. We're all good. And as I was eating my food, I started choking. Like I couldn't breathe. It was like I was choking on my food. And I'm like, okay, this is bad. Because I'm in my car. I'm by myself. It's 2:30 a.m. And I'm like, what am I going to do? So I start panicking. I'm thinking, do I need to go to an emergency room right now? Like, should I pull off now, get off this exit and go to the emergency room? I didn't know if I was going to die or what was going to happen. So anyway, I was like, I'm about 10 minutes from home. So let me try and get to the house. And then when I get home, I can see if something really is wrong. So I get in, and I'm like, all right, obviously I have bad allergies. So it's like, is this what caused it? What happened? I started to feel a little bit better. I still felt like something was choking me, but I couldn't figure out what it was. And so I was just getting really concerned. I'm like, this is not good. I started Googling like what it could be. Should I go to the emergency room? Should I not go to the emergency room? What should I do? And I literally lost my voice. I choked so hard on what I was eating that I couldn't speak for like 2 days. And I did a doctor visit, did a virtual doctor visit, then did a follow-up. And they decided that I actually had damaged my throat. So they put me on a steroid to help expedite the healing process because there was nothing they could really do to make it any better, right? So they were just like, we're just going to put you on a steroid and that will help you with the healing process. So for the last 5 days, I have been on a treatment for that. So my energy level has been really high and I've been getting better, right? But the problem is that this day, this is the first full day that I have not been on that medication. So my energy level is just like this. You know what I mean? Like it's way down. So I was like, I need to make a couple videos, but I don't have the same energy that I normally have. So I sat down, I'm like, I'm just going to do a live stream. I'll talk about the news with you guys. We'll have an AMA. I can chat about what's going on with me. And that was kind of where I went with it. But I'm much better now. Like my throat is completely better. I can talk. There's no residual damage. Still not sure what happened. Yeah, that's what's happening now, Amethyst. I don't know what was in those fries, but I'm just going to say, be careful when you go to McDonald's. I don't know what was in those fries, but just be careful when you go to McDonald's. That's all I got to say. Hello, Gwendolyn. How are you doing? Thank you so much, Eric. I appreciate it. Hey, Lance, what's going on? I know, Zoko, don't eat while driving. I'll have to remember that next time. So Flash filming starts today. That I didn't see that on my news feed. Normally I go through Reddit and a few other places. But today I just kind of wanted to stick with McDonald's is bad, Joshua. I don't know if you like being called Josh. Hello, Slice. How are you? I know, Kevin. So one of the things I've been doing is trying to eat healthier this year, like doing salads and cooking at home. You know what I mean? You can really sort of decide what you want, you know what I mean, in terms of how much you want to put into your food at home, and you know what's going into it for the most part. And so I've been trying to do that. I should have waited till I got home. I didn't. Lesson learned. No more fast food. No more drive-thrus at 2:30 in the morning. I just can't do it. It's not good. So there we go. But I did want to talk about the Green Lantern story. So let's pop this up here, you guys. Also, if you have any questions or super chats or whatever, you know how to do it. So, and I'm also going to give updates to the channel at the end of this. So we got a Green Lantern HBO Max series that's going to focus on Guy Gardner, Sinestro, Alan Scott. Why is Sinestro in the title twice? Comic book, come on. Why is like, I know you guys are scraping the bottom of the barrel for your stories, but you don't need to put the same name in the title twice. Guy Gardner, Sinestro, Alan Scott, Sinestro, and many more. We also know that they're going to be focusing on Jessica Cruz and Simon Baz and a few other characters there. So it says here we're going to go down in the DC Comics multiverse is set to get a shot of Willpower from the famous Guardians of the Universe with Green Lantern premiering on HBO Max. It will join other DC Universe shows on the new HBO streaming service. The streamer revealed official details Friday about the upcoming series, which they have ordered 10 episodes. So it's going to be a 10 episode series. That sounds about right for streaming, especially how expensive the show is probably going to cost. Green Lantern will explore the history of the different heroes who joined the Corps with executive producer Greg Berlanti, no big surprise there, teaming up with showrunner Seth Grahame-Smith to tell stories of heroes like Alan Scott, Kilowog, wow, okay, Guy Gardner, Jessica Cruz, Simon Baz, and many other brand new in the brand new live action series. While there's no word yet if the show will be set on the continuity of Zack Snyder's Justice League universe or exist as a separate entity, DC and HBO Max have made it clear that these are lines that can be blurred and explored in the future. So how do we feel about this, guys? How do we feel about this? I'm curious because this is a weird combo. No mention of Hal Jordan, no mention of Jon Stewart. There's a lot of people that love Green Lantern. So there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be into the series. I'm not sure how I feel. And what version of these characters are we getting? That's the question. Are we going to get the Guy Gardner that nobody likes? Which Alan Scott are we getting? Because they're obviously teasing the Green Lantern for Stargirl. So we'll see. Yeah, Maltor. Guy Gardner is a weird choice. I was expecting maybe some Kyle Rayner. I don't know. Adam here. What do you think of Swamp Thing ratings after the first episode? They're promising. So I've done a little research and I found out that Swamp Thing, for the amount of episodes that they made, the cost was much more than a full season run of any of the other CW shows. So I don't know if that's going to play into it or not. I'm happy it's doing well. I think it's a great series. I don't know if there's going to be a resurrection for it, though, based on that. Did you see the HBO Max? They announced all of the DC Universe shows except Swamp Thing and Stargirl coming next month. Stargirl is coming in December. Yeah, I don't know how they're going to work that out. I'm not sure. We'll have to see. Mark Guggenheim, really? All right. So, yeah, Maltor, that's the kind of confusing thing. So Alan Scott, to me, is connected more to the Earthbound Green Lantern mythos. So having him with the other Space Lanterns, I'm just curious how that's going to work. Are we going to have an Earthbound story for Green Lantern and then incorporate the ones from space? Or is it just going to be a brand new continuity for Alan Scott that makes him part of the actual Green Lantern Space Corps? We'll have to see. No, Gamer Man, I did not, but that sounds really good. I'd be okay with that. I'd be okay with him showing up. Eric Z says, I think they're saving Hal and John for the DC films. That's possible. We still don't know yet, though, like they said in this article, if this is going to be part of the Zack Snyder continuity or if it's going to be a separate thing. Thomas, I believe the ratings for Swamp Thing were over 1 million. I think. Don't quote me on that. I don't pay attention to the numbers very much anymore. So do I think Swamp Thing will show, or that Alan Scott will show up with Stargirl? I'm hoping so. So the thing is, Simon Baz, and let me go ahead and I'm going to pull up the screen over here. Where is it at? So Simon is an interesting Lantern. I like his suit design. I really do. I think he's got one of the cooler designs with the mask and everything. I don't know. Some people prefer the smaller, just green mask, but I actually really, really like his design. And I'll be honest, I'm not very, he's one of the Lanterns that I don't really know that much about. Like, I probably know the least about him out of all of them. But I thought this was interesting. He has Emerald Sight. And it says, for reasons currently unknown, Simon has unlocked an extremely rare power among Green Lanterns known as the Emerald Sight, which allows a Green Lantern to receive glimpses of the near future, which sounds really interesting. And I've also, from what I understand, his constructs are basically weapons. So, like, they're not like guns and things. Like, they're not like, he doesn't think outside of the box. He's a very literal, create a weapon type Green Lantern. I don't know if that's true. That's just what I've read. I need to get more information on him because I feel like he's an interesting character and I want to know a little bit more about him before I go into this. So I'm going to go back and read some of the runs in the comics. Eric, what's your honest opinion? Do you feel the ratings for these shows have went down overall? I remember there would be 3 million plus. It was bad writing, too many shows. It is, there's a theory about it that when shows go on for more than 2 or 3 seasons, the viewer ratings just drop off. Networks tend to like premiere seasons for shows because they do pull in that excitement and the buzz and they get people to tune in. So after a few seasons, a show tends to either flatline or fizzle out. So they just don't see the value in them anymore. Very few shows can retain those kinds of numbers. Back in the 80s and 90s, it was different, but nowadays it's it's a little bit harder. So it's very rare to see ratings go up after 2 seasons. It's very rare. I can't even think of a show off the top of my head where that happened. I think Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. had a resurgence somewhere in the middle, but that was probably the only one that I could think of right now. So the other interesting character that I'm excited about is Jessica Cruz. Now, I really like her character. I've seen her mostly in the animated stuff or whatever. And yeah, it's pretty cool. So apparently she's had some changes since the last time I read anything with her. So she was killed by Darkseid's Omega beams. She became saturated with Omega effect. which the shards of her Green Lantern ring used to resurrect her. So she's very different. I don't know if that's going to tie into the show. I think the show is definitely going to be, I'm thinking it's going to be an origin story. What's the general consensus on Jessica Cruz? Do people like her? Is she a good Lantern? This isn't an after party, Vasily. He dedicates himself to the after parties. If he wants to join me for a regular stream, he can, but Thomas, that's true. I think Batwoman's ratings do have a chance of increasing. We'll have to see. So, Maltor, it is funny you mentioned that. I did a little digging on Netflix. So, Netflix is an interesting thing when it comes to ratings, right? So, they don't really release how well a show is doing typically. But what I understand is the more popular a show is on Netflix, if it gets really popular and it gets a lot of awards and accolades and people really enjoy it, and the actors tend to branch out from those shows and do more things, they become more expensive, and Netflix doesn't want to pay more money for a series in its 3rd, 4th, 5th seasons. So there we go. That's kind of how it works. Like Dark Crystal apparently got tons of awards for its puppetry and artwork and stuff like that. And so it became, quote unquote, too expensive for them to do another season. Netflix is no longer the savior of TV. For the longest time, people thought that Netflix was going to save all these shows. They're no longer the saviors of TV. Netflix is doing all of the wrong things. And let me explain why Netflix is doing all the wrong things. I want to talk about this for a moment. They are no longer the only streaming service in the world. They had a good, half a decade where they were at the top of their game. Maybe a little bit more than half a decade. It was Netflix. Everything was modeled around Netflix, right? So we had that. The problem is now everyone wants their own streaming services. Everybody wants it because it's much better than the deals they're getting through the cable companies here in America, which packages things as a bundle. They each get to individually price something and they get to put it out and put whatever content they want on it without dealing with any kind of censorship or advertiser stuff. So everybody wants a streaming service. Netflix needs to change their business model. They need to regain customer loyalty. They need to regain fan loyalty. And the only way to do that is by letting shows finish. I don't mean giving them like 10 seasons because you feel obligated. I mean, like, if you have a show that's at season 3 and you know that season 4 is going to be super expensive and you don't think it's going to do anything, give them 4 episodes to wrap up the show. Give them a 2-hour movie to wrap up the show. Give them something so that when I want to go back and watch Luke Cage, that I can get a full experience, that I'm not going to watch seasons 1 and 2 and not get an ending for it. As someone who subscribes to your service, I'm never going to watch that show again. And you're not going to bring people in to watch that show. You know why we get all these stupid like package deals of like all episodes of Friends, all of Simpsons, all of these different shows? Because they're a full deal. It's a full package. You get the whole thing. Can you imagine like if they had a full season of like Luke Cage, or full series, like 3 seasons of Luke Cage with a full story? You could tell someone word of mouth, you could say, hey, you know what? You should go watch all 3 seasons of Luke Cage on Netflix. It's a great series. It's got a great ending and you can check it out. That person may be inclined to sign up for Netflix to watch all of that, but you're not going to recommend for somebody to go and watch a series on Netflix that doesn't have an ending. It just doesn't make any sense. It is a horrible business model. Give them like a movie or something to wrap it up. It's really bad. It really is. It's absolutely horrible. All right. Any opinions on Jessica Cruz? Am I beating a dead horse here? I don't see there's any buzz about her. Maybe she's the wrong choice for the show. People don't seem to be excited, at least not from what I'm seeing. I don't know how many subscribers HBO Max has. There's a lot of numbers aren't released like that. Yes, Eric, Dark Matter, one of my favorite shows. Comic Book Men. I did watch a couple of seasons of that. Hello, Dark Shadow. Stranger Things is Netflix's biggest draw to the service. They pick up shows like Daredevil, Luke Cage that don't get proper endings. So I did single out Luke Cage with that, and I get it. I don't know if that was totally 100% their choice. I think that did have something to do with Marvel, but that's not always the case. There is situations where they end them, or whatever. So yeah, T-Don, this is something I'm seeing from a lot of people. No Hal, no John. There we go. Thomas, you're talking about Sense8. Yeah, that's really the only time I've seen them cave in and do something like that. So, Gamerman, do you think the Arrowverse is going downhill, or do you think Superman and Lois will redeem it? I don't think it's going downhill. Last year was a weird year. I'm not going to count that totally as going downhill for me. So, Shane, I'm doing better now. You missed it. I kind of explained it at the beginning, but I'm better now. This weekend, things should be back to normal. I should be able to do all my content. So thank you for asking. I appreciate it. Stuart was my first Lantern and my all-time fave, so I want to see him in the series. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people do. Most people know John as being like one of the big-time Lanterns. So, yeah. Black Lightning Season 4 will start filming soon, I believe. Pretty soon. It could actually be in pre-production right now. So, Quindolin, this is probably what's going on. I would say so. You know, they want a little bit of representation. They want to do like, lanterns from different walks of life, making them a bit more diverse. So they want to focus on more than one. And you have, a lot of different people represented. I think it's the right decision. We'll have to see where it goes. But I know a lot of people are sad that they're missing their favorite characters. How was last year weird for all shows? Or just, do I really have to explain how shows ended without proper seasons? I don't know. I feel like that's pretty obvious that last year's filming was weird. I like The Expanse. I've liked it better recently. The second season was a little rough for me, but after that, I've liked it. Cobra Kai, interesting. I haven't watched the second season of that yet, so I'll probably get spoiled on it at some point. All right. Let's move on and talk a little bit about... You guys want to talk about Doctor Strange? We don't talk about a lot of Marvel on my channel. People always ask me to talk about Marvel, and then it feels weird that there's not as much interest in it, I guess. So we'll talk about this for a moment. Benedict Cumberbatch is joining Spider-Man 3. So remember we got the big news that Jamie Foxx was coming back into the property, and there's been rumors about a Spider-Man multiverse story. This makes sense. This is really the only way it can happen, right? Looking at the spectrum of the MCU, what other character would be the most likely other than Tony Stark to do something regarding multiversal travel? I think Doctor Strange is the right choice. Now, in this article from the Hollywood Reporter, they talk about the fact that Benedict Cumberbatch is going to be playing like a mentorship role for Spider-Man. I don't know how I feel about that. I honestly feel like I need to see in the third movie, I need to see Spider-Man come into himself. Like, you know what I mean? Like to be a hero on his own. I need to feel him stand up and get past the need for a mentor. So I'm hoping that's what happens. But I am excited about this. I think this is going to be pretty good. And I love the idea of the multiverse. I actually like multiverse stuff more than time travel. So I think this is going to be solid. There's been a lot of apprehension from people. They seem to be upset. They're thinking that, this is going to make the movie bad or whatever. I don't think so. I think this is going to be good. I will say this, though. It does seem that Marvel is playing catch up to what DC is doing now with Flashpoint. So it's going to be a battle of the multiverse. I do believe that's going to be the next big thing in the films. Did you see how Ruby talked on the Late Show how she left because Kate Kane character arc was finished? She didn't know what she was talking about. The Ruby Rose interview was ridiculous. I don't think she was ever committed to that character. Honestly, I don't feel she ever committed to it. I think at the end, when she finally fell into the character, there was a relief that she wasn't coming back. So we'll see. Tom Holland only has 2 movies left in his contract for the MCU, so if he appears in the Multiverse of Madness, it's wasted potential for a live-action Spider-Verse film. Contracts can be rewritten, and I think Sony... So here's my prediction, guys. I don't know if this is true or not, but let me just throw this out there as food for thought. Right now, Hollywood is in a mess between theaters and release dates and so many problems or whatever. It would be the worst possible decision for Sony and Marvel to not negotiate an extension of this contract. Financially, I'm just going to put this out there. As somebody who has ran their own business for years, it would make no sense for you to break off with a business partner during what's happening right now. So I would think there would be negotiations that are going to be extended. And we're going to see this throughout other places outside of Hollywood. So just get ready for that. Which multiverse concept are they using? Same as Arrowverse or other? I don't know. We don't know yet. I think the Marvel multiverse is going to be something like a dimensional thing, like the rifts that we saw with Dormammu. So we'll see. Lance here. They started rehearsals for Black Lightning. All right, cool. Awesome. Happy about that. So not much else to talk about when it comes to the Spider-Man 3 thing. The multiverse stuff looks to be interesting. There we go. Stop that. So what do you think of the Uncharted movie coming with Holland and Mark Wahlberg? It's Uncharted. I tend to be someone who likes the immersion more than the actual, just like the story. I like being part of the story. I don't know how I feel about that. I do have HBO Max. I finally caved in and got it. I'm really happy with Raised by Wolves. I've been watching Lovecraft Country on it. I think it's got promise. I think HBO Max has promise. Here's another thing that I saw, and I'm not familiar with this at all. Maybe some of you guys are. Is anybody familiar with the Invincible series coming to, I think, Amazon? I've never read these comics, but I've heard that they're really good. So I may have to dive in on Comixology and download some of these. So it's not good. Not a good series. Okay. It's done by Robert Kirkman, who does Walking Dead. So I thought maybe it's going to be good, but maybe it's not. Oh, it is a good series. Okay. I didn't like the ending of the second Spider-Man movie. I didn't like how that went down, but we'll see. I was one of the few people where the more I thought about it, the more I didn't like the twist with Mysterio. I wanted him to be from another Earth, but yeah. Yes, you can ask me any. This is an AMA. You can ask me anything. I don't know if I can answer everything, but you can ask me. So, what am I currently watching? Let's see. What did I just finish up? I watched Ratchet on Netflix, which, you know, is its thing. Raised by Wolves, Lovecraft Country, The Boys, various Star Treks, getting ready for Discovery to come back next week. Catching up on some movies. I'm watching The Flash season 3 again. Doing that on the Team Eric feature. If you want to hit the join button, you can watch along with me. I'm going to go back and watch each episode and upload them to the Team Eric section. If you want to check out my thoughts on each episode from season 3 and a watch back. Cobra Kai. Yeah, I have to watch that. My favorite live action Spider-Man movie. That's really interesting. It is tough for me. I will say this. I loved Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man, as Peter Parker, but I don't think his movies were as great. I think I liked his costumes more, especially the second movie. I like the second film's costume the most, I think, out of all of the on-screen costumes, including the MCU costumes. I just like the design of it. First one was a little weird. As far as movies go, I think I liked the Spider-Man 2, the Sam Raimi Sandman, or Dr. Octopus film. That's the one that I think I like the most. But I think Andrew Garfield was my favorite Spider-Man, with Tom Holland being a second, because I didn't like Tobey's Spider-Man as much as other people. But so yeah, there we go. That's my answer to that. My favorite Arrowverse character. That's a tough one. Because there's so many. There's good guys, there's bad guys. Favorite Arrowverse character. Jeez, that's you got me stumped. I don't know. It's a toss-up between three people. I used to love Sarah. Sarah Lance was my favorite character for a very long time. Her time on Legends has kind of killed that for me. So, good guy. I'm going to go with either The Flash or Black Lightning. I resonate with Jefferson Pierce. He's an older character. I'm an older guy. So a lot of his sensibilities resonate with me a bit. So it's a tie between those two characters. I really, really like Jefferson Pierce. Breaking Bad. I guess I should get into that. Probably something science fiction, Joshua, like maybe Alien, the Alien franchise, something like that. I'm not big on like traditional horror. Like I don't like people in masks. They don't really scare me. So yeah, it is what it is. Favorite comic book read, anything X-Men related from like 75 to 90. I'm an X-Men fan at heart. And after that, it would be anything Flash. Pretty much Flash. When it comes to DC, it's like I'm a big Flash fan. I love that character, especially Barry Allen. I love Wally West, but Barry Allen is my favorite Flash. As far as like Marvel stuff, it's always going to be like in the X-Men category. No, I don't watch sports at all, really. I just don't have time. So Raised by Wolves, somebody asked what that's about. Raised by Wolves is about a big battle on Earth with two factions, and they try to take and they move settlements to another planet, and there's a android element to it. So if you're into like the Ridley Scott stuff, that's kind of what it is. It's like he was part of the series. So do I think there's going to be a Batman in Batwoman season 3 or 4? Maybe 3 or 4. I don't think we'll see one in season 2. Probably not. Oh, what I am watching now is I'm rewatching some old anime. That's what I'm doing. I'm rewatching Bleach all the way through. And I am on the Wakamundo arc right now, the second part of it after the filler. So I'm doing that. And then I think I'm going to start watching Naruto again from all the way back in the first season and watch it all the way up to the more recent Boruto, I think. I haven't watched any of the new stuff. So Shippuden and regular Naruto, I'm going to watch that all the way through. And then, yeah, we'll see. Watch Grey's Anatomy. Yeah, we'll see about that one. Gwendolyn, I have not watched the new season of that yet, of the new Bly Manor or whatever. I did watch season 1, so we'll see. Introverted Unicorn, that is a good series. Pen 15. I started watching it recently. It's pretty funny if you're into like dark humor. It's a very dark humor type show. Favorite Superman actor would be cross between Henry Cavill and Brandon Routh. I love Tyler Hoechlin, but he's not my favorite. We'll have to see after the Superman and Lois series. I think Henry's a really good Superman. I think he's just had some tough time with scripts. Shane, are there any villains you'd like to see come to the Arrowverse shows that haven't been seen yet? It's tough because I feel like they've taken some good ones and turned them into kind of unmemorable villains. So they've covered so many. You know what? It's kind of I don't know if it would work or not. And I actually think it would suck for the show, honestly. But I would like to see Superboy Prime. I think that would be fun. But that might be too big for the series. Do I have a favorite Flash comic? You know, I wish I had them here. I have a bunch of my favorite graphic novels laying around. But I'll say this, the Flashpoint series was always near and dear to my heart. And I know that's kind of a cliche answer, but I really do love that series. So let's see. Let me close this quickly. Put myself a full screen for you guys. What were your opinions on Ra's al Ghul was handled on Arrow? Such a letdown. I didn't mind the actor. I think the actor could have been fine. I think the story was not great. Yeah, it just wasn't great. I don't think he was necessarily handled poorly. Just yeah. Let's see. The Flash beanie next to me. Oh, on the wall. Yeah. It actually lights up, but I think the battery's dead in it now. I got it over last Christmas. Can I do a Funko Pop collection video? Maybe. You don't know how many I have. Actually, I went out today. I had to do some shopping, and I went to Target. And so I don't want to take it off the wall. It's actually attached right now. Sorry. But I'll wear it. Like I'll wear it during the after party if you stop in on Tuesday. I'll have it and put it on. So went out today and at Target for the first time. This was the first time that I'd been in a Target since January. It was a long time. And I was actually very nervous about going in, but there was stuff that I had to get. And I was like, I'm already out doing stuff. So I went in and they had a bunch of Funkos, like exclusive Target Funkos. And I had to stop myself from buying them because I have so many. I have so many of them. And they had the Phoenix from X3, the one from like the original trilogy. And it was like a Target exclusive. And I was like, yeah, I'm not buying this. I probably should have because, you know, who knows? But I was like, I'm not going to do it. There's another question here. Probably Gotham, Gwendolyn. I wasn't really a fan of either one of them, to be completely honest. But if I had to go with one of the two, I'd say the Gotham Ra's was better. So I did like Gotham, but Gotham kind of had moments that I didn't like. So my least favorite season of Gotham was the Wonderland season, which is why I kind of got annoyed with Alice on Batwoman. I have zero interest in Wonderland characters. That whole Alice in Wonderland mythos to me just doesn't really do anything for, like, as a viewer, I'm not super interested in it. So I just kind of think it's a bit boring. So yeah, that's where I am, when it comes to that. So that was my least favorite season of Gotham, but everything else I think was pretty good. I was pretty okay with it. I have not Vasily. Have not. I did like Alice and Batwoman, but I don't like the Alice in Wonderland mythos. I think she did a good job with the character, but it's literally my least favorite storyline or whatever when it comes to like Alice in Wonderland's been overdone for everything. So I don't find any connection to it at all. So Jalen, can you do a how-to on how you do your videos? I mean, I could, but I don't know how many people would really be interested in that. I edit on Adobe and I record through OBS or StreamYard. So yeah, maybe I'll do something like that at some point and put it up for a little bit. Yes, I've seen Legend of Korra. Yeah, I've seen both the regular series and the Legend of Korra. Do you guys like Legend of Korra? Is that a good or bad series for most people? I know it's controversial, so I know it's a controversial show. So I will say this: Legend of Korra had some rough stuff that happened in it, and a lot of things that I think retconned the stuff from Avatar, the original series. And I was not a fan of the fourth season of The Legend of Korra. I thought it was the worst of all of them. Some people say the second season was the worst. I actually really disliked the fourth season. These frames here were all ordered custom online. And they all hold this is a wall of t-shirts, guys. These are all t-shirts. And I just kind of swap them out once in a while. I don't know if you've noticed, but over time I'll like switch one. I'll change where they are. I'll change the shirts out. So yeah, I had them custom made when I redid the studio here. I don't know if I care if the MCU is not R-rated or not. It doesn't really matter to me. There's only a handful of characters that I think would really benefit from an R rating. I don't necessarily think that every character needs an R rating. You shouted out to Paige and you during class. They asked me about favorite YouTuber. Well, thank you, Potato Man Productions. That's pretty cool. This one here, Shane. Is this the one you're talking about? That is like all the different starships. You probably know that already. Victor with a 1999 super chat. Thank you so much, Victor, for supporting the channel. It means a lot. And a Team Eric member. Still recovering from last live stream. Thank you. I love Paigey freestyle and Canada cameo. Just hits a spot. Do you feel we're going to see an Arrowverse versus HBO Max for who is better? Who is the better network in the future? So HBO Max is going to be like the DC Universe shows, right? So we're going to be getting a lot of those shows, and there are people that just love that more gritty. You know, my camera should not be on auto focus. Let me fix this. I'm sorry. It's annoying me. I normally turn that off when I do my live streams. So let's do that. Autofocus off. I should fix it. There we go. What was I saying? Oh, so there's going to be some people that like the gritty stuff with HBO Max and that feel from DC Universe. I get it. I do. I like what I love about the Arrowverse shows is those, to me, when I first started watching them, the beginning, the early seasons, was the feeling of that connectivity of characters, like being able to cross over and see characters together. If HBO Max can do something like that with their shows where the characters sort of feel connected, I will probably enjoy them a bit more. There's some people that don't care about that. So it really just depends on what you're looking for. So for me, I think that the quality is going to depend on the connectivity, from my personal opinion, because I like the shows on DC Universe. There's some of them that I thought were really, really well done. But I need to, the connectivity is what makes it exciting for me. So there's that. Thank you again for the super chat and supporting the channel, and for the love and all the, I'm not going to keep going over it. Thank you, Victor. I appreciate it. So are you going to be the difference between CW and DC Universe for Swamp Thing? So I don't know if I am or not, because from what I understand, the edits are very sloppy from what I can tell, but I am going to start reviewing Swamp Thing. So starting this upcoming week, now that I'm healthy again, I will start reviewing the episodes each week, and I will talk about the differences, but I'm not going to like show clips of them. I'll just explain what is different, if that makes any sense. So, let's go through these here. Yeah, Legends is very disconnected. I would be okay if Legends just had their own separate universe, to be honest. Do you think Hugh Jackman will ever return as Wolverine? I don't think so. Okay, so let me backtrack that for a minute. I don't think he'll return as the full-time Wolverine. If they do a multiversal thing, he may do like a passing of the torch to another person. But I think that they're going to cast a younger Wolverine, or at least a middle-aged Wolverine, like someone, I say middle-aged, someone in their 30s probably for Wolverine, if anything. But we'll see. They might even go into their 40s. But I think Hugh Jackman is just a little bit further away from that for them. So, Cole, what were the differences in the first episode? They beeped out language. There's a lot of words that were kind of replaced or beeped out. Some of the more gory shots were chopped up differently. The main thing is just the gore and the language. I don't think there's very much else in Swamp Thing that would need to be changed, except for maybe the length. They might have to edit that a little bit. But other than that, it wasn't as much as I thought. So, this is interesting. Constantine. Do I have to pick people from the comics, or can I create my own team? I would say Constantine, Swamp Thing, Deadman, Zatanna. I don't know. If those four are in it, then I'll be okay with it. That would be good with me. So I have not talked about The Boys, but we can. You guys want to talk about The Boys finale? Has everybody seen it yet? Has everybody seen The Boys finale? Holy! What a finale for a series. I just my mind was blown how that whole thing wrapped up, especially with Stormfront. Wow. 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 I won't talk about it in detail, Jordan, then. No spoilers. But I will say this. The Boys 2, there's are you guys familiar with there's a couple of review channels on YouTube that are reviewing The Boys or whatever, right? They're saying it's not as good as season 1. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that I actually enjoyed season 2 more than season 1. I think I did. By a little bit. By a little bit. There's going to be people that probably like season 1 more, and that's fine. But I thought season 2 was good. Scott Edwards here with a $5 super chat. I think the Superman and Lois and Batwoman crossover will happen. Same with a final Supergirl and Flash crossover. Paigey thinks we might see Diggle Green Lantern. So I think that's possible. I think Paigey's right there. I think we may see a Diggle Green Lantern. And I'm pretty sure we'll still get the crossovers. I think it'll be easier to do smaller crossovers because of the health restrictions and stuff like that. So I do believe that will happen. So I would definitely look forward to that. I think that's a big possibility. So yeah, I think if they're talking about doing a Green Lantern on the Arrowverse, it is definitely going to be in a crossover of some type. I don't think we're going to see like a show about Green Lantern, especially with this news about a Green Lantern series coming to HBO Max. So are you going to like it? If you're talking about the Boys finale, Shane, I think you're going to, yes, I think you will like it. There's some stuff in there that you'll like. I'm pretty sure. Scott, thank you for the super chat, by the way. So am I an introvert or an extrovert, and why? I'm genuinely an extrovert with introverted qualities. Like, I don't have a problem going out. I mean, I'm a DJ for a living, right? So when I'm out working, or I used to be a DJ for a living, we'll see what happens after, the end of this year. But when I'm out working and I'm entertaining on the microphone and I'm playing music and stuff, you kind of have to be extroverted to do that. But I like my quiet time. Like when I'm not, put me on the couch with a sketch pad, a book, my tablet, put some geeky science fiction stuff on TV, put some snacks in front of me, and I'm good to go. So I can do either. Either of those works for me. Let's see. Dark Shadow, I didn't see your question. Sorry. Let me go back up. See if I can find it. To Dark Shadow. Did not see it. The season finale for The Flash. Do I have any predictions? Not really. I mean, I just hope they get a full season. Can I predict that? Can we predict a full season? So, Slice, were you disappointed in DC's Fandom Part 2? I think DC Fandom wasn't what I expected it to be. I thought it was going to be more of like a fan experience, but to me it was more of a advertising experience. That's kind of what it was. I don't really have any opinion on, the quality of it because it was a free event, but I think that it was definitely different from what I thought it was going to be. So there's that. Potato Man, I don't know if there was. I don't see where it would have gone in the episode. Jordan, speaking of crossovers, how soon do you think Team Flash will inevitably discover the new Earth 2? Beginning of next season. I would say within the first half of the season. They'll start to notice that there's another thing. Apparently there's going to be a delay on Wonder Woman now. I didn't read any official stories, but apparently there's going to be a delay on Wonder Woman. So there you have it. More delays. I feel bad for Hollywood. I know people, I've gone back and forth on it on Twitter with people. The theaters are not in a good spot, you guys. Broadway is shut down until May of next year. Are we even going to have a place to look at movies if Hollywood doesn't cave in and release some films? I don't know. Yeah, I think they're saying now June of 2021 for Wonder Woman. Double crit, Team Eric member, and a super chat for $5. Thank you so much. Sup, dude? I know we've talked about theaters a lot, but I got to say I will really miss the communal theater experience if we lose them forever. I don't think we're going to lose them forever, right? So here's my prediction. Follow my thought process with this, because I've typed it out on Twitter so many times, but I think people sort of, I guess I'm not as great with words and typing as I am live, or maybe, I don't know. Hollywood, they're in a weird position. Movie theaters want to make money. They put all these money in these superhero films, and they want to see $1 billion. In their mind, they're like, this is $1 billion film. Wonder Woman, possibly $1 billion film. Black Widow, possibly $1 billion film. Aquaman 2, possibly $1 billion film. These are movies that are $1 billion movies. So they're like, we don't want to put them out in theaters when theaters are at 50% capacity and not all of them are open. I understand that. That's the board of directors thinking. That's the people at the top who are like, we want to make our money back, right? Theaters will not survive without new movies. So it's like, here's one hand, which is Hollywood. Here's the other hand, which is theaters. They don't work without each other. They don't. Can movies survive without Hollywood? Yes. At the level they're at now, no, they cannot. We will not see like movies like Endgame, movies like Justice League, movies like any of these big franchise movies. We will never see movies like that again if they become VOD only, because theaters are not around. So they're playing this cat and mouse game with holding back movies to try and make money, but at the same time strangling the outlets they're going to need to release these movies next year. So if you keep pushing off movies, by next year, there's not going to be enough theaters to make that money back. So that's kind of the problem they're in right now. And what a lot of analysts have said is that Hollywood needs to take a few hits. If you've got 10 movies in your roster that were supposed to come out, and you know that there's maybe 6 of them that are going to be billion-dollar films, take the other 4 and release those other 4 into theaters for a longer run and limited releases, take the hits financially, and help save the movie theater industry for next year. That's really what they need to do. That is what every financial analyst is saying to them right now. But they will not listen because they only care about making that big money. So that's how I feel about it. I don't think we'll lose them forever, but it's definitely not a great time to be someone who owns or works at a movie theater in that way. Am I planning on a tier list of the Arrowverse? I could do that. I might do a live stream. We'll see. Scott again, $5 super chat. Thank you so much. You like Kara, Sarah, Jefferson, and Barry as heroes and issues? Are they all awesome? My opinion. Also love Frost, Alex Danvers, and Speedy thoughts. Okay, so yes, I love the 4 that you mentioned at first. I love all 4 of them. I think they're great. Don't really have too many issues with them. Well, I mean, obviously Sarah on Legends has changed as a character. Sarah went from being this badass ninja warrior to being part of comic relief, I guess. I don't know. She's not what she used to be. I wish she just did more fighting and wore a suit more often, but Legends doesn't lean into that. So there's that. The other 3, fine. Jefferson, love him. Barry, I think he's got issues with the writing in the show, but Barry as a character is fine. And Kara, I like her better as with not being in a relationship, because I think being in a relationship is kind of shackled her character. So I've loved that they haven't done that in the last few years. Frost, Alex Danvers, and Speedy. Frost is fine. Don't like the story. Wish they would fix her story. Alex is my favorite character on Supergirl. So there's that. And Speedy, as much as I loved Speedy as a character on the show, you could tell that, you know, that her heart wasn't in it anymore and she didn't want to be there. So there's that. Let's see. Any other questions here? I'm trying to make sure I get everybody. So is that or as many as I can. So Vasily's leaving. Bye, Vasily. See you later. Zoko, can we talk about Blake apology statement to Melissa's story of her being a victim of domestic violence? I would love to go into detail about that, but YouTube will totally like this video won't even they'll block it everywhere because of that. They don't like advertising or promoting channels that do videos about these kind of topics. So I'm going to keep it very surface level for you guys. So first and foremost, Melissa and Chris just had their child. I think it was absolutely, I don't know why he thought this was the appropriate time to release a statement like this. There's that. I think the timing of it was really weird. So there, as far as that's concerned or whatever, I don't really think anybody really, I mean, I didn't personally care about his side of the story. I mean, obviously he had a side that he wanted to speak about or whatever, but it's been so long now. I'm like, why are we even going back into this? You know what I mean? Like, I don't get it. So I think the timing was off. I didn't really care what he had to say. I think anytime you're talking about this kind of issue between people, there's going to be one person that says it was one person's fault. The other person's going to say it's the other person's fault. I think right now he probably should have. I don't even know if he should have said anything, to be honest. But if he's going to say something, he shouldn't make it six. It was 6 pages, and I was reading through it, and I'm like, it is what it is. Whatever. I think it was bad. It was a bad take, and it was bad timing, and I thought it was in poor taste. But it is what it is. I could go into more of it, but there's not much I can say without getting my video blocked. So there you go. If you want to know more about it, I'll probably do something separate. But I don't want to do that on here. Victor, 199 super chat. Eric, do you make a mixtape for sale? I do not, but I could. Are you talking about like an actual DJ mixtape? If so, yeah, I probably could do something like that. I don't know if I could sell it though. I'd probably get in trouble for that. Scott with the $2 super chat. I would say Sarah is way better in the crossovers. Yes, thank you for the super chat. And I would say she is too. I like Sarah better outside of Legends. So there we go. Batman Beyond live action. I know. Tell me about it. I would love something like that. Am I going to be doing Twitch at all? Yes, I am going to be doing Twitch. I did a test stream on there right before my incident where I screwed up my throat. And so after that happened, I was like, I can't really, I didn't want to like get on there and do streams on there and try to build that up when I could barely even speak. So I was like, so I've done one stream over there, but expect more from me. Yes, I will be going to Twitch and doing that more. I do promise you guys. If you're waiting for me over at Twitch, get on that, I guess. I don't know what stream you're talking about or what comment you're talking about. Hero's Journey. Not sure. Gamer Eric. I actually do play a lot of video games, so. Honest thoughts on Gary and Legends. Can't stand him. Yeah, Gary is oof. I think season 5 of Supergirl is a mess. What do you think they can do to make a great final season? Not try to pitch a spinoff show like Arrow did. That would be good. Just give us a season finale for Supergirl or series finale for Supergirl. So, I'm definitely watching Superman and Lois. Not just giving it a shot. I'm excited to see about it. Do the WAP or Chalk now, please. Thanks. Maybe I should play that video, Paigey. Maybe I should do that one. My Twitch is linked on most of my videos, I think, but it's just Eric's Reloaded at Twitch. I don't know if that'll work here. Let's see. I don't know if that is going to work. Maybe it will. Yes, I've already talked about the statement from Blake. I'm not getting my, I know how YouTube works. I'm not getting my stream. Okay, so this is the big question. On Tuesday, at the end of the stream for the after party, I'll be trying a basket of chips with chicken salt. So be ready for that. And we're going to see what's going to happen. So how many glasses do I have? I have a ton of them. Are you guys ready for a reveal? How many people? Hold on. I'm going to poll the chat. How many people are ready for a reveal. I'm going to reveal something right now that will change your perception of my streams forever. How many people want to reveal that will change your perception of my streams forever? It's going to be really funny. Trust me. Trust me. I want to see what people say about it. If you want me to reveal something, it's good. It is good. Okay. So if you go back and you watch some of my videos from like, I don't know, maybe 2 months ago, you will notice that, hold on. See, you see what I'm about to reveal to you? These are my gaming glasses. These are the yellow tinted gaming glasses, right? See this? All right. Now look at this. I love my glasses, but they have a glare that I can't get rid of. So I kept the frames and popped the lenses out of them. So I have a whole set of glasses that I wear for streams. That don't have lenses in them. See, these are my gaming ones. They actually have lenses. So yeah, that's why you get no glare on them. There's no glare. I actually have a bunch of them with lenses though. It's just a few pair that I don't. Should I do a glasses video one day? I have a huge box full of different color glasses. So it's honest though, you get a really weird glare. So I was like, I don't want the glare anymore. So I popped lenses out. But these are all nice frames. They don't have lenses on them anymore. There we go. Big reveal. Yes. Pagey's name is not Pagey. He's actually named after a Supergirl character. No, I actually do wear glasses. Double crit. Yeah, I do. I have a prescription. I wear contacts though. Should I play the video that was posted on Twitter? Do you guys want to see the video that was posted by Tom? I don't know if I should play that or not. Let's see. We'll do it. This is going to be funny. So Tom made this video. All right, Tom made this video, and this is the after party remix. So if you weren't here on Tuesday, you didn't see the actual like rough draft that I did. Did I share? I don't think I shared audio. Hold on. Let me share the audio. Share audio. There we go. All right. So this is the video that Tom did. I don't know if I can. I guess I could make it large. No, I can't do that because then it'll close up my screen. I'll give you my brother's channel on Twitch in just a second. So before I wrap this up, I want to show this video. This is funny. This is from Tom, and it is the after party video remix featuring Pagey. All right, here we go. Welcome to the after party. Welcome to the after party. Did you bring some snacks and treats?
Yes, it did.
I hope you got me something to eat.
Maybe.
Welcome to the after party.
On Tuesday.
Coming to the after party.
Right now.
I've been waiting here all day to act like a fool this way. Welcome to the after party. Join us in shocking and gabbing, maybe some microphone gabbing at the after party.
With DJ Eric paging.
No, stop. Okay, there we go. It's too much. Okay. No, that was a joke song that I made, and we played it during the live stream. And so, Tom, shout out to Tom. You saw him over at Twitter. Go over and show him some love. Give him some hearts. Retweet that for him. And so I missed your super chat. Oh, I'm not going to go yet. Let me go back up. Where's it at? Okay. Gamerman with a $2 super chat and a Team Eric member. Thank you so much. Do you think Sarah deserves better than Legends? I think Sarah deserves way better than Legends. I think Legends season 2 was peak Legends with Sarah. And everything after that was downhill. That show needs a brand new group of writers and a brand new showrunner or something. I don't know. All right, you guys, it's been an hour. I didn't know how long this is going to be, but I'm going to get out of here. Thank you so much for the super chats and hanging out. If you missed any of this, I'm going to leave it up to watch for like the weekend, I think, or something like that. But yeah, so now you know what's going on with me. We talked about some stuff, and I will be live with Paigey on Tuesday for the after party. And it's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for stopping in. And I will see you guys in the next video. So have a great evening. I got to go to work. I got my other job. Sorry. So, yeah, Cyber Ninja is the channel. It is. Oh, wait. I thought I got your super chat. Oh, Scott. There you go. Wait, I take that back. Do you have any theories on the villain, the stranger? No theories at all yet. But I'm hoping that sometime in the next, I don't know, couple months, I'm hoping that we'll get some sort of tease from it, maybe some photos or something that we can sort of speculate on. I'm really excited to make videos once we get some on-set photos and things and some stories and news about the upcoming seasons. So we'll have to wait and see, but no theories yet, but I will keep that in mind. And thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. And that's it. So Cyber Ninja is my brother's channel, by the way, on everything. He's on Twitter as Cyber Ninja. So there we go. All right. Take care, everybody. Have a good evening. Stay healthy, and I will see you in the next broadcast.